Good morning. I have a friend that posted a picture of Elon Musk, and she said, LOL, I think that AI is having a few problems with getting Musk right because it had him as a person of Asian descent. I'm assuming Chinese, considering where his business interests are. But anyhow, so yes, my friend was crediting confusion with an AI, and then one of the comments of her friends was agreeing with her, saying, um, "Yeah, AI has to pull from sources," and it's saying he's a family man. It was him surrounded by white children, like his white children, I guess. And she was like, they can't find source pictures of him with his family, and so they just like accidentally made him of Asian descent. Um, but my thought immediately was like, I wonder why he wears those oversized sunglasses in public. I thought it was to seem kind of like robotish and unrelatable, like almost as a way to demand reverence, anonymity. I never get that word right. I don't know why. It's like nauseous and nauseated. Can't ever get those right. Anyways, so yeah, I was like, I think that's why he wears the sunglasses in America and his public appearances anywhere, I guess. And I think that this has something to do with like wanting Chinese people to be on his side. Apparently, so yeah, that's the Elon Musk AI confusion stuff. Just some other things in the headlines this week. I will preface this by saying I haven't been as into specific headlines. I think at first I was thinking if I can digest what's happening and relay it in a way that's relatable to the people I most want to understand it, then that's going to be efficient and effective. But I guess there's sort of two things going on with that approach that I realized wasn't great. And one truly is just the lack of communication from the other side and the whole bot thing, like kind of a two in one. I don't know if I'm ever actually talking to a bot. Um, so, anyways, and number two is like it is all happening so fast that it's almost like I don't know that I even have time to try and be educating Republicans on like this is what's going to happen to you. I just need to like stop it on their behalf. And they, even if I don't know, they might never have a moment where they go like, oh wow, you stopped something from happening. The Democrats stopped a dictator, kind of a thing. Um, so that being said, the headlines that I've seen that popped out to me, um, and this is over not even just this week, I guess, but some Doge salaries came out. One was about the highest one I saw was 196K, and the other one was like 152. So I did only see two numbers. I had seen a quote that Elon said, well, yes, if they're working in government, they're getting paid still even less than what they would if they were just out there in the tech world. So this is actually still a lesser salary than what these people, quote unquote, deserve. I don't know if he used the word deserve, but yeah, he was saying like, well, that's low for what they could realistically be getting if they weren't like just these bleeding heart kind of people working for us. And my understanding was that he had said Doge would operate with no compensation. I also understand he's making $8 million a day off government contracts, which the whole no conflict of interest thing, just like between Starlink, Tesla, and SpaceX, it's just wild, right? Like, I don't get it. As far as Tesla specifically is concerned, Canada had like two locations that over the weekend before stuff about Tesla hit with like I think Canada removing it from its international auto show due to safety concerns, and then just this week Tesla Cybertrucks are recalled because the hoods were glued on, and so the whole like Tesla's being set on fire thing that seems shady. But yeah, in Canada, the Monday before like stuff really started going down with Tesla, two different dealerships sold just like millions of cars, like a bizarre amount. And it was something about like something about EV laws changing. So the timing was suspicious, and last I heard, Canada was investigating it. Um, yeah, so another headline, Trump, apparently there was a law that didn't allow federal contractors to have segregated work areas. He got rid of that. Arlington National Cemetery removed links for prominent females in history, right? Prominent women throughout history that have done things for America. Basically any non-white action groups. So Buffalo Soldiers, Navajo code talkers. And what I heard was that the links aren't removed, but that they're basically, you have to know exactly what you're searching for, is one thing I've heard. That they're basically just kind of hidden on the website. And stocks are continuing to drop for Tesla, back to Tesla right fast. Even his brother sold off like 27 million it was. By the way, he has a restaurant in Boulder, Colorado called The Kitchen, Elon Musk brother, so feel free to Google rate them if you ate there and didn't like their food. Anyways, there was a group, I'm forgetting the name, Voice of America. They've been together half a century, and their main call to action was to fight Nazi propaganda, to fight that misinformation. And Trump literally called it anti-Trump and within the realms of DEI. So he canceled that group. And I don't remember, next piece of information, there is a YouTuber, there's a few YouTubers that I've really loved. One is Primrose Permaculture, I want to say. Just excellent information. She steps back and goes like, here's kind of the more action-oriented things. Here's what this all pieced together is looking like it means. But I'll try and remember to link that. But anyways, there is another YouTuber, Bell something. Anyhow, there's some world commission of economic people. They get together, and the YouTube channel had said it's 100 countries that are involved with this economic commission sort of thing. What I was seeing was 36, but maybe the YouTuber had said like there are minor, at least, contributions from 100 countries. But what they're saying is the U.S. in 2026 will be at its worst in terms of like moving forward. They're saying like this year's going to suck, but next year's going to be a little worse in terms of economic growth. They're saying like all over the world things are slowing, but it is looking, there's like an area of Europe that has had 0% growth this year, and they're saying that in 2026 they'll have a little bit of growth, whereas the U.S. will be worse off than it is now. So it's looking like Europe will benefit from the tariff wars so far, is my understanding. Another piece of information that came across my eyeballs was that the French opened up a nuclear base that hasn't been opened in a long time. And I saw that piece of information after I had seen that France, and I'm kind of looking now, France sent some kind of nuclear submarine to Canada. I've been posting a lot, so I can't actually find it. Evangelical leaders, another piece of information, went to the White House to pray for Trump. So, may he grab them by the pussy, is probably what they said. With enough faith, thou can grab the pussy and move mountains. With the faith of a mustard seed, one can grab a pussy. Another piece of information. I'm just going through like one of my social media feeds to see what I've been posting. I don't know. In 2023, Elon Musk posted civil war is brewing. In 2024, Elon Musk posted civil war is inevitable. When I interact with Trump supporters, pardon me, I get a lot of fearmonger, which I don't know again if that's like the bot that they've been programmed. I don't know what that is. Again, so funny Musk wants to talk about propaganda, because he's saying homelessness is a propaganda word for mentally ill, violent drug addicts. So if we want to talk about violence, like 23 and 24, you're talking about civil war, and then your boy that you bought wants to yell at Zelensky for World War III and keep saying thank you. Also, the Dutch did a commercial. There was a Dutch commercial that was like this guy on a stretcher, and they were mocking Trump and the Zelensky interaction. These paramedics show up, and the guy's like dying, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" They're putting him on the stretcher. And one of the guys like, "Did he even say thank you?" Like, and that's what's happening, right? Zelensky's like on a stretcher, and they're just like, "Sweater man, sweater man." So, anyways, just kind of seeing if there's anything else that I could think of. Meat Canyon came out and mocked JD Vance. They have 8 million subscribers. Who else? Let's see. It's Wired. The YouTube channel Wired has 12 million subscribers 3 days ago now. They released a video. History professor answers dictator questions. So it's coming from everywhere, right? It's coming from everywhere. Bernie Sanders was in Denver yesterday, and I had heard 20,000 people were expected to go, which I was like, nah, that number is low. I admit, like, I was like, nah. 34,000 people were there. Apparently it was at capacity. I didn't go, but that's beside the point. I'm, Bernie fan. I don't like crowds like that, though. And that's just to say, like, there are other forms of activism, right? Like 34,000, and this is kind of a vent point, 34,000 Coloradoans went to this event. I looked on Phil's Long Music Hall, where Steve Bannon is going to be speaking on the 28th next week. 2 other spots have had to cancel them due to trolls. But if all of those 34,000 people were just, like, giving that place, like, calling and letting them know how they felt about it. I got on Google, and I was, like, the only newish review on there with a negative review. So that was disappointing. All right. So those are some of the bigger headlines, other than JFK reports released unredacted. Apparently Epstein reports released redacted like a while back, but now JFK reports unredacted, and they include social security numbers of people who looked into the JFK case, and some of those people are still alive today. And some social security offices around the country are closing. There's a Canadian that wasn't even trying to come into America. She was like maybe applying for a visa. Jasmine Mooney, American Pie actress, got held in detention for like a few hours. And it was just so, she was like, "What do you mean I'm being detained? For how long?" And they're like, "We don't know." And I mean, what do you say at this point? Wisconsin primaries are coming up. Just whatever you can do in your state, right? Like, that's all I can think about lately. Like, my town, my state, what can I be doing? I want to know what you're doing desperately. Like, I need more ideas. So, what you doing to fix this? Especially philosophy majors. Some of you philosophy degree holders out there, like, give me what you got. What are y'all doing? What you doing? This is our time to shine. All right, bye.